Minecraft just came out with the first release candidate for 1.20.3 Java Edition. Hello there, Ray here. Let's take a look at pre-release 3, then 4, and then we'll look at release candidate number 1. So when it comes to new things being added into the game, we first see snapshots, which include a lot of the new things. And then once they're pretty close to coming out with a full release of a new version, they'll start putting out pre-releases. And then once they got those completed, then what they do is something called release candidates. Release candidates are versions that they essentially say that the game is ready to come out as a full release, but if anything pops up during this release candidate time, then they'll try to fix it before coming out with the full release. Let's take a look at the changes that came out with pre-release 3. Unlike other copper blocks, which can't actually be acquired using wood tools, but could be acquired by using stone or higher tier tools, the same thing was being applied to the copper doors, but only to one half of the door. So depending on if you broke the door from the top or if you broke it from the bottom, would decide if you would actually be given an item at the end. So now it doesn't matter where you break it, it will drop the item. But they also decided to change it so that you can use lower tiered pickaxes, just as you can with the iron doors, and still get the item. But they also have, so these doors are considered wooden doors, so you can use an axe in order to break it, besides also using a pickaxe. When searching for items in the creative menu, you can search stuff like doors, which show you all the different doors. But if you put a pound symbol in front of it, you can find all items that are part of the category called doors. And you can see that copper doors weren't a part of this. So now they're included there, as well as hashtag trapdoors. They also upped the blast resistance of copper trapdoors and doors so that they're no longer as weak as a wooden door. And they updated the pixels on them to reflect the other doors. The tick freeze will now work when it comes to resummoning the dragon, when before it would just continue resummoning the dragon even when the game was frozen. And freezing the game while coming in and picking up an item, and then going ahead and unfreezing the game won't cause the item to get desynced from the player. And a misspell was also resolved related to the tick command. The result is so you won't have access to summoning in the wind charge if you haven't already turned on the 1.21 experimental snapshots. When it comes to storing resource packs that the servers give the players, they'll now only store up to 20 of them at a time, and the clients can also now send additional information, like if a download was successful. Resource packs also won't override when the server settings are set to disabled. And they fixed a bug related to pool aliases. And with pre-release 4, they focused on fixing bugs that came up in just previous snapshot versions, which fixed how the return command worked in functions. And when checking a server's ping, it wasn't working, so it will work once again. Now let's take a look at what's new in the very first release candidate. They fixed one bug report when it came to the first release candidate. This had to do with the way large and small explosion particles were sent over the network. And this was relevant to the breeze, which has a gust particle. But if any customizations were made, then all of a sudden this would break the entire thing. And they announced that we're going to see the full release of 1.20.3 next week if no major bugs come up in the meantime. And when it comes to producing full releases, they often put these out on Tuesdays. So we might see it on December 5th. I always enjoy playing along with everybody on my testing server, which is hosted by Bisect Hosting, and they're allowing you to even get 25% off when you join using my code RAY. This way you can have your very own server and invite others to play along with you. And their website makes it easy so you can tweak your server, even adding mods. Thanks everyone who took advantage of this, as it helps me out as well. I'll see you all in the next video if I don't see you sooner in one of my chill live streams. Bye bye!